Today is a beautiful day, and it's a day to celebrate something quite contradictory, I think, in a way, to this very natural surrounding in which I find myself. Because today is International Chess Day, which is obviously the creation of human minds and a game which is usually played indoors, although some people may argue that there are plenty of parks where you can go and sit at a chessboard and play with total strangers, and in that way chess has become an incredible social tool for bringing people together, even though it's in the form of a intellectual combat. I mean, it's interesting that something where people are pitted against each other as a battle of wills has also managed to engender so much social connection. There are chess clubs all over the world. I mean, it's International Chess Day because chess is played in absolutely every country around the world. And it has fascinated people for hundreds of years. It's it's a game I love to play. All my children have played it. Not that I'm especially good. In fact, one of my early memories was going to a chess competition where I thought, well, I think I went out in one of the first or second rounds, but I stayed to the end of the competition, and there was this boy that ended up receiving this massive chess trophy that I wanted so much. When I went to school the next day, I told everybody that I'd won this competition and drew a picture of it. I must have been, I don't know, 7 or 8 at the time. And it ended up causing me a huge embarrassment because the teachers asked my parents to bring the trophy in, and soon not just my teacher but my whole class found out that I'd completely lied about it. The shame that will never leave me. It was a very powerful lesson in what happens when we lie, and the sorry webs of lies that we can tell in order to try and cover our tracks. Oh my goodness, that was a painful lesson. And I've learnt a lot of lessons through the practice of playing chess. I remember the first time, like, I'd played in a number of chess clubs, and I was a fairly strong player relative to the people in my local clubs, and yet when you go to a chess competition and play people from all over, you find every different kind of skill and every different kind of person. And I remember sitting down to a game one day very arrogantly. Oh, I've been put against a girl. I'm going to beat her in 2 seconds, because I had never been beaten by a girl up to that point. And she absolutely trashed me. And that again was another amazing lesson for me as a young boy, to kind of go, wow, okay, check yourself. Oh, didn't mean for the chess pun there, but yeah, check yourself. Have a look at the kind of person you think you are. And at a chess competition, a chess congress is what they're usually called, one meets every kind of person. And it's interesting because even right now, at the moment, in the chess scene, there are some grandmasters that have been beaten by a 10-year-old boy. How frustrating and confusing that must be when that happens for the first time. Someone having studied chess profoundly for possibly 30 years or so, and only to find that they can be beaten by a 10-year-old boy. I mean, again, check yourself. What an amazing reflection and a cause for thought. I really feel passionately about celebrating International Chess Day because, as someone who has worked as a teacher for a significant amount of time, I've seen the effect that it has on our ability to think clearly, and also to be able to think in a way that takes us away from short-term thinking into longer-term strategy. Because if one only ever thinks about the next move ahead, one never becomes a good chess player. And this is something that plagues a lot of people in their lives, is short-term gratification. Being solely focused on the next chocolate bar, or the next thing to watch on their screen, or the next Um, whatever one's particular predilection is, there's there's a real problem with, and people generally tend to have big problems in their lives if they never are able to start thinking about the implication of the choices that they're making in the moment. Because every move that we make in life has repercussions, and it makes it harder and harder for us to succeed in the game of life. If we don't learn about the pieces of our lives and how they move and how they function, like for instance our bodies need protection, our bodies need nourishment, and that's like the chess pieces. There are chess pieces that need protection and need a nourishment of a form in the ability to move freely, not to be confined. And discipline is required, both to learn chess but through the playing of a game of chess. If one just surrenders to impulsive thoughts at every moment, and I have a tendency to do that on the chessboard, it doesn't usually end well. It definitely ends better for those people who think carefully, look at the implications of the moves that they're considering making, and learn to adapt to what they see their opponent doing. Because it's also possible in chess just to blunder through and just imagine that to play as if there's nobody sitting in front of you. And that's the thing. In a chess game, you are confronted by a reality that is not yours. It's somebody else. It's moving in a way which is contradictory to the way that you might intend a game to go. It's such a profound symbol of life. It's clearly why it's become such a popular game. And it's great to see chess having a real resurrection in terms of popularity, because it gets people thinking, and thinking is a valuable skill. To not think, to not consider, to not plan does not lead to a happy life. So learning chess is a great way to start to confront life lessons that can really serve us for the rest of our lives. So here's celebrating International Chess Day, and a thought going out to everybody who's playing chess today.